So cars are starting to line up on the grid and the 5-minute board is shown. And that there is car number 33, which is Thierry Malon, who is in his own championship battle. He's second in the 2.0 category at the moment and sitting behind, 45 points behind Alain Boucher, who is leading the 2.0 category in the Formula Renault cars. So let's head down to, looks like pole position. Chris Stevens is standing by to bring us more.
Yes, Adrian Closmanil has been very busy this weekend. You've just been out for the prototype qualifying. You were fastest there as well.
Yeah, the qualifying in LMP2 was good. I did the pole. The track was like wet, but we tried to put the slick tires and it was a good call. So yeah, it was a good quality one. Really happy.
How wet is the track still out there now? It looks like there's still some damp patches.
No, the track is, I think, completely wet, but there is just one line, the good line, and off track I think it's a bit wet, but it's okay.
You're keeping an eye on Dylan alongside you, obviously very inexperienced, but you've got some quick guys behind you as well.
Yeah, it will be a good race with good battle, and we'll see.
All right. Good luck. We'll hopefully catch up with you afterwards. Now, of course, what we do have here is because we've had a wet morning, if you look, we've got some wetter patches here. There's a bit more wet here, and I think the pole position slot, you can see it is slightly darker on this side of the racetrack compared to the side that Dylan Estra is going to be starting on. I think he's got a slightly drier line to drive in front of. The dry line seems to be more on the right-hand side of the racetrack, but we're about to get kicked off the grid, so let's go back up to you, Claire.
Thank you, Chris. And it looks like everyone was on slick tyres. So the fact that Adrian Closmanil said, yes, it's still a bit wet out there, is slightly different from maybe what the tyres are showing us. There you can see they are the smoother tyres, which means therefore more dry weather rather than the wet weather tread that you see in wet weather tyres, which obviously holds a lot more grip when it's wet out there. So interesting to see what Dylan Estra will do from second on the grid. He had a very impressive time last time out. He's only joined us for 2 rounds so far. This is the second round, and he had an impressive debut in Magny Cours of 2 second places and a class win as well. He was very impressive out there. And Adrian Closmanil, who has only raced in Portimao, was also incredibly impressive. He picked up 2 pole positions and a win as well as a second place. So Enzo Richet's got everything to fight for here. In car number 66, he starts 4th on the grid. So everyone will clear off the grid and the formation lap will get underway. We did start some races earlier under the safety car because of the conditions from the rain. But this one doesn't look to be the same. They're all on slick tyres, so we should be able to go racing without any issues. So the championship could come down to this one today, the first of 3 races in the Formula Cup Championship, and the final race of race weekend of the Ultimate Cup as well. We, of course, will be back next year, as the calendar has been announced when we were at Magny Cours last time. And that is car number 23, which is Dylan Estra, starting 2nd on the grid. And like Chris said, it'll be very interesting to see if there is a bit more of a dry line on the grid. And it will be Enzo Richet then, who is fighting for the championship, and the man that he is up against is starting a little bit further down. This is Enzo Richet then. That was our championship leader, starting 4th on the grid. Car number 66, the one to look out for, and the other car to look out for who's fighting for the championship win overall is Frédéric Boileau, who's car number 44, but car number 4 rather, but he starts down in 10th. So championship battle is on here. started formation lap, but it looked like there was a little bit of a false start there from Auburn Robert Prince, who was keen to get away. He starts down in 8th. So how does the grid look? It is indeed Adrian Closmenil, car number 30, who starts on pole position. And alongside him will be Dylan Estra, car number 23. Nano Lopez, who for this weekend is in a Formula Regional 13-inch tyre car. He's been racing in the 2.0 for the last few races, and again, been incredibly impressive, has Nano Lopez in just the 2.0. He's won every race in class so far, 6 victories and 1 overall as well, which was very impressive in the final race in Magny Cours. He's moved up to the 13-inch tyres. So 4th is then championship leader Enzo Richer, and 5th is Eva Mournier, who comes back again. Mournier has been with us for 2 rounds as well. Artur Akator is 6th. Laurent Vutic is 7th. 8th is Auburn Robert Prince. Craig McClatchy rejoins us, the Australian, only taking part in 1 round ahead of this, back for Winfield Racing. Only did 1 round in Portimao. 10th is second in the championship is Frederick Boileau. Walter Reichart starts 11th. Alain Boucher in 12th. He's fighting for the 2.0 championship. Can't wrap it up though in this race. 13 is Didier Piard. Alexandra Lima joins us again. Thierry Malholm in 15th. 16th is Sergei Copacini. Eric Vagnon is in 17th. Maxime Trouche 18th. Thierry Allemand in 19th. 20th is another Trouche. And Philip Darrick is at the back of the grid in 21st position. So as they make their way around this track, getting ready to go racing very shortly for the first race of 3 for the Ultimate Formula Cup. And like I said, the championship could be wrapped up. Enzo Richer has been incredibly impressive in both the overall championship for the Formula Regional 13 inches as well as the Rookie Cup, which he leads as well. He did have quite a bad, well, I say a reasonably bad weekend in Mugello. And before that, all of his positions were podiums or wins. But he had a good weekend in Magny Cours and managed to reclaim the championship lead. 2 wins and a second, and he's now got a 44.5 point lead over Frederick Boileau, who has consistently been very strong out there, but he's picked up no wins. Second places in Paul Ricard in race 1, but unfortunately at the moment not picked up a win. However, he is the gentleman champion as it stands, 44.5 points behind Enzo Richer, and unfortunately Juan Francisco Soldevini is not here. So the cars line up, and it's Adrian Closmenil on pole position in the red car on the right side of the screen just then, in the left side there, alongside Dylan Estra, with Nano Lopez lining up just behind them, and Enzo Richer, the championship leader, in 4th. So green flag will be shown at the back of the grid. That is Frederick Boileau sitting 2nd in the championship. He starts down in 10th. But the engines will start to rise and the revs are going as we will get racing underway. Green flag is shown and we are racing in Paul Ricard, and it's a good start from Adrian Closmenil. Not a great start from Dylan Estra, who's got bogged down a little bit by Enzo Richer, who's looking to go round the outside and look to take the lead from Adrian Closmenil. Can't quite see what happened there. We've got a staller on the grid as well. It looks like Adrian Closmenil is still in the lead at the moment from Enzo Richer, the championship leader. Then just behind him there, we saw Dylan Estra get caught behind and stuck, unfortunately, now in 4th position, it looks like. But it looks like Enzo Richer is fighting for the win here, and he's looking to take the lead. And that's exactly what he needs, as Robert Auburn Prince goes a little bit deep into that turn there, and unfortunately does manage to stay in front, actually, but nearly took out another car as he was going. So the battle for the win is still going at the front. Enzo Richer seeing when he can pounce on Adrian Closmanil. So just behind car number 85, Nano Lopez had a good start, managed to leapfrog from third on the grid past Dylan Estra, who struggled and has now managed, actually, I think, to get back past Nano Lopez. Dylan Estra setting a fast first sector. Got yellows being shown, I think. The start is under investigation, but I don't think that's too much to worry about. Green flags then being shown again. Yellows were being shown at turn 8. So I did spot the yellows briefly being shown, and that's in sector 2. So Dylan Estra still then under pressure here from Enzo Richer, who is looking to take the win here as the championship leader. So they come blasting past the start-finish straight again as Adrian Closmanil still remains in the lead from Enzo Richer. Oh, and it looks like they're at the inside of turn 1. That was indeed car number 23, which I thought was car number 23, but maybe I was wrong there. My eyes might have been showing me something different, because that was Dylan Estra. So timing screen is showing me something different from Dylan Estra. So sticking with that, that was Dylan Estra, who is remaining in third position at the moment from Nano Lopez, who's having his first outing in the 13-inch category. And he's defending hard. Here is Dylan Estra. But Adrian Closmanil remains in the lead as it stands at the moment from Enzo Richer. Side by side then. Oh, bit of a clip of the curb there for Dylan Estra. Unfortunately, has to concede, and Nano Lopez manages to slot himself into third position there. Impressive work, but I think that could have been a bit of a mistake there from Dylan Estra. So Dylan catches the curb and unfortunately allows Nano Lopez to get through. But the battle doesn't look like it's over between the two of them. And it looks like he is being hunted here is Nano Lopez. And Dylan Estra, like I said, is showing impressive pace considering he's only been in this championship for 1 round. And he's looking a little bit up the inside there. He's placing his car in a very different position, isn't he, from Nano Lopez. And he's chasing him, and he's not letting him go. A bit of a slide there from Nano Lopez, feeling like he's a little bit under pressure. Oh, and has he opened the door there on the start-finish straight? I don't think so yet. As you can see, Adrian Closmanil has really picked up quite the lead there. More defending then from Nano Lopez. This battle is really starting to heat up between these two as they go into turn 1 again. Into turn 2, as the leader really has now managed to pull away a little bit down the straight towards turn 3 into the lock up there from Dylan Estra, but he manages to get past Nano Lopez and make his way back up to third place. But will that lock up affect his tyres and cause him to have less grip than than Nano Lopez in the green and orange car just behind? Brilliant battle here then for third position. At the front then is still Adrian Closmanil, who's setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's got a bit of traffic just in front of him there. And Enzo Richer struggling a bit. These two, though, still going for it. And a bit again, exactly the same part where Dylan Estra managed to clip the curb last time. Does it again there. But has the battle for second place kind of calmed down a little bit now. Nano Lopez just falling back a little bit. Adrian Closmanil still in the lead from Enzo Richer, the championship leader. Is this another move then? Oh, they've got traffic there. Going to have to be careful. We've got yellows out in sector 1. So we'll see what's happening there, if it's anyone that we need to mention, or they just had a spin and got going again. But it's this battle we're watching for third place, and it's almost like we're watching the battle for the lead, isn't it? They're fighting so hard to keep this podium position, and there we go there. I think that's Craig McClatchy. It looks like car number 10, the Australian, unfortunately looking like he's parked up his car, which is exactly what he did, I believe, in Portimao when he was racing and had issues with the car as well. So green flag's out at turn 10, green flag at turn 10, but there's yellows out in the second sector. So they will have to slow down in that area as we watch car number 10, Craig McClatchy, get wheeled away. He only did one round in Portimao, and yeah, unfortunately, I think he had a DNF there as well. So the battle continues then for the win here. It's Adrian Closmanil, who has nearly a 2.5 second gap from Enzo Richer, the championship leader. And the important one to look at is where Frédéric Boileau is, and he's down in 9th at the moment. And so just to have a look at how that leads us. So if Enzo finishes second, Boileau's currently down in 9th, which is exactly where he is at the moment, then Richer is champion if it finishes like this. So it's a nail-biting time to have a look and see exactly what's going on. This battle then continues. I mean, this is quite the battle we've been seeing all race. Oh, Dylan Estra's gone wide, and there you go. Nano Lopez says, thank you very much, I'll take that back. And unfortunately for Dylan Estra there, he just went wide and managed to pick up, well, he lost time completely as he ran wide on the famous Paul Ricard runoff area with the stripes that we have come to love a lot, but Nano Lopez then making his way back up to 3rd position. It doesn't look like Dylan Estra's giving that one away and isn't giving up just yet, but at the front then, Adrian Closmanil has picked up another second and managed to put the gap now at 3 seconds from Enzo Richer. But as I said, if it stays like this, it would be, we believe, Enzo Richer who would be champion. Frédéric Boileau is the one that is closest to him. Unfortunately, Juan Francisco Soldevini, as I mentioned, for Team Farage, isn't here this weekend, so won't be competing. And it is 44.5 points between Enzo Richer and Frédéric Boileau. So 10 minutes left on the clock then. And unfortunately, we've lost Craig McClatchy out there. And that's Enzo Richer, who could be our championship leader this week, champion rather, this weekend. Adrian Closmanil once again setting the fastest time and taking some more time out of his lead against Enzo Richer. So 3.2 is the gap now between Adrian Closmanil and Enzo Richer. Nano Lopez in 3rd at the moment, and Dylan Estra having to settle for 4th. This is car number 99, which is the Evan Moynier, who is currently battling at the moment for 5th place alongside Artur Agata. So livery is different for Artur Agata this weekend, so a bit of a lock-up there for Artur Agata. Oh, and we've got a spin. Can't quite see who that one was, but we've got a spin there, so yellows will be out in that sector. Looks like they've got going again. Now, was that, let's see who it was as they come past us. So, couldn't see who spun. So, apologies there. But someone spun, and again, couldn't quite see it was. Going wide there then was Thierry Armand. And this is the battle for a bit further back on the grid, which is Thierry Armand versus Sergei Coppuccini for 16th and 17th. So at the front is still Adrien Closmanil. And this here then, car number 69, which is Didier Piard. And he's battling for 11th place with Alexandre Lima. And that's car number 9 is Alexandre Lima. It looks like he's managed to make his way up to 11th position. A lot of cars on the grid, obviously, 21 cars, which is one of the biggest grids that we've had in Formula Cup. So it just shows that it's becoming very popular, and hopefully we should see more getting involved in it next year. This is Adrien Closmanil, who's setting fastest lap after fastest lap at the moment for Winfield, who have rejoined us, the return of them this weekend, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, his teammate Craig McClatchy is out of the race after getting into issues at turn 5. And you can see the lead that he has, Adrien Closmanil. He's a busy man this weekend. He's also racing in the prototype, and he managed to pick up a very fast time to start on the grid later and pretty high up. So Enzo Richet second at the moment. So, Arto Agator having a problem there. A bit of a spin in the third sector. Unfortunate for Arto Agator. We've got yellow flags out in at turn 15. So that would, I assume, be for Arto Agator, who is facing the wrong way. And that's not the way you want to face at the final corner of the track. So those yellows remain. And looks like Arto Agator, I'm seeing on a different camera, isn't able to get going again. Actually, he has just started, got going again, and is heading back onto the racetrack. So those yellows should be cleared now and be able to get going again. But shame for Arto Agator. He was having a nice battle for 12th. Unfortunately, he drops out. So Boileau is, Frederick Boileau has moved up to, I think, 8th position now, has Frederick Boileau, thanks to some other things moving. I didn't see him overtake anyone, actually. Actually, he's got past Walter Reichardt, so that would be it. This is Enzo Richet then, and he is looking to wrap up the championship lead. Have to do the maths again to see if Boileau in P8 means that he is champion. He's not champion, so if it remains as it is, Enzo Richet in P2, Boileau P8, he's not champion, but he is incredibly close to it. So if it remains like this, Enzo Richet is not champion. But he pretty much could wrap it up in race 2. So having to do the quick maths here on air. But it looks like if Enzo Richet, some people helping me as well in the championship, of course, but Enzo Richet being P2 and Frederick Boileau being P8, it does keep the championship alive for into the second race of the weekend. 3 races, of course, for the Formula Cup. So another chance to go again. I'm sure Enzo Richet would have preferred to get it all done and dusted now. However, he's going to have to wait another race. This is Eric Vongnart, who joins us in the Formula Renault 2.0 in the graduate class as well. So 2 more races to go off the back of this, and for Enzo Richet to wrap up the championship battle. And it looks like the battle at the front between Nano Lopez and Dylan Estra has been decided as Nano Lopez has really pulled out some time now on Dylan Estra. They're also, I have to remember, Enzo Richo is fighting for the Rookie Cup as well, which, to be honest, if he doesn't win the 13 inches, is pretty much sure without Juan Francisco Soldavini being here that actually probably Enzo Richo will be the rookie champion. And for that, he gets a chance to participate in the FRECA rookie test. So, or he can register in a category of his choice as well. So Enzo Richo probably will still come away with something even if he doesn't pick up the championship win, because the Rookie Cup also comes with prizes. So 3 minutes left on the clock. You can see Enzo Richo's really dropped back now from Adrian Closminel, who nearly has an 8-second lead on the championship leader. Nano Lopez just in his wing mirrors behind, but at the moment isn't causing Enzo Richo much to worry about behind. And he really hasn't had a very impressive championship so far, has Enzo Richo. Like I said, he was in a podium position for all of the races until he unfortunately got to Mugello and didn't have the best weekend. Unfortunately crashed out, but picked up still 6.5 points in the first race in Mugello. But it was his first race where he wasn't on the podium. And then he picked up again when we went to Magny Cours. He was back to his winning ways, was Enzo Richo. So he's a very, it'd be interesting to see if we can talk to him after the race in second place, because he can get very frustrated, we've seen, when he talks to Chris Stevens after the race, because yeah, I think he holds himself in quite high, puts himself against, he's hard on himself, put it like that. So hopefully he will be smiling, even though he hasn't managed to wrap up the championship here. He'll have another chance, though, of course, later today when we go racing again in the Formula Cup. We've got a very busy day in the Ultimate Formula Cup race weekend. But the Formula Cups will be back out this afternoon, and Enzo Richo has the chance of wrapping up the championship in that one. So 1 minute 33 left on the clock. And it looks like Adrian Closminel is going to pick up a win here in Paul Ricard, unless something incredibly strange happens within the last minute. Unlike other championships, we don't have the time plus 1 lap. Once the time is clicked down, wherever the leader is will determine the final lap. So if the leader is at turn 3, then that will be the final lap. This is our leader then. Winfield will be happy with this, returning back to the championship and picking up a win first time round in the Formula 3 Regional 13 inches. And Adrian Closminel will be pleased with the win, because it means that he has picked up his first win of the weekend and will be looking for more in the prototype later on this afternoon. So he did also race in Portimao. Like I said, he had 2 pole positions, picked up a win and a second place. And he's looking to pick up another win. Here is Adrian Closminel in the 13 inches and the win overall as well. Enzo Richo, unfortunately, will not be crowned champion in this race. Frederick Boileau at the moment still down in 8th, which means the championship continues to race 2 of the weekend for Paul Ricard for the Ultimate Cup. So this is Adrian Closminel, and it looks like this will be the final lap, of course. So I'm sure Adrian Closminel will be happy to see that car number 30 started on pole position, was under pressure, of course, from the championship leader Enzo Richo, but in the end managed to pull away and pick up nearly a 9-second lead, and that is impressive work from Adrian Closminel. Returning to the championship, he's only done 1 round with Formula Cup, and he will be racing, of course, in the prototype as well this weekend. So he will be back out later this afternoon, but for now it will be Adrian Klosmino, who will take the win, an impressive win, of course, from our returning driver. He's won before and he wins again, Paul Ricard, of course, and he wins by quite a margin. Adrian Klosmino then stops Enzo Richer from winning the championship. The championship will go down to the second race of the weekend. Do make sure you join us because we will be indeed up for an exciting race. 21 cars out there. Can Enzo Richer beat Frédéric Boileau and become champion in the Formula 3 Regional 13 inches? We will have to wait and see. Alain Boucher as well is going to have to wait and see if he becomes champion in the 2.0 because that also is still up for grabs. But it's Adrian Klosmino who takes the win here in Paul Ricard for the first race weekend of the Ultimate Formula Cup. Impressive work then from Adrian Klosmino, who last time he raced with us was actually part of a film and became a member of Hollywood. Back in Portimao, we had a film crew with us, and he was part of the film, which was very interesting to see. You have to remember he's quite young. He's only, I think, 17 years old is Adrian Klosmino. So definitely one to look out for the future because he's been impressing quite a lot so far. And once again here, then picks up another win. So in the point situation for Enzo Richer then, he's not champion, but basically needs Boileau to win both races without Richer scoring a single point in the last two races. So at the moment, Richer is on 278 points, 0.5, and then plus 24 points for second place, which takes him to 302.5 points. And Boileau was on 234 points, and plus 13 points for eighth takes him to 247. So the gap now is at 55.5 points, with only 56 left to play for the final two races. So there's not a lot in it at this point. And Enzo Richer just needs to win, or he needs to basically finish races, rather, in points positions to beat Boileau. It's a lot of an ask for Frédéric Boileau to win both races without Richer scoring. So at this point, until he crosses the line, obviously, champion, it does look like it's going to be Enzo Richer who will be crowned champion come the end of this race weekend. Another impressive performance from Nano Lopez, who finishes, of course, on the podium. So podium positions are Adrian Klosmino, who takes the win in car number 30. Enzo Richer will line up second alongside him on the right there in second position, and Nano Lopez in third. And Adrian Klosmino looks pleased with that one. Puts the steering wheel back, of course. And you can see, even though he's got a helmet on, there's a big smile under that. Winfield Racing will be pleased, of course, returning to the grid and picking up a win. Not fighting for the championship is Adrian Klosmino, but still, a win's a win. In terms of the 2.0 in the Formula Renault, Boucher has extended his lead to 22 points. So hasn't still won the championship in that one, but he is still leading the way from Thierry Malon, I believe. So we've still got all the championships to go here in the Ultimate Formula Cup, apart from the Gentleman Championship, who we've seen the gentleman winner, which of course is Frédéric Boileau, but can he be overall champion as well? So it looks like Chris Stevens is down on the grid, in the pit lane rather, ready to bring us more.
Yeah, I'm here with our race one winner, Adrian Klosmino. Adrian, you made that look very, very easy.
Yeah, it was good, but the start was bad. I need to do it better for the other race, but after we have a good the good pace and we win this race, so let's push for the race 2 and the race 3.
And you're going to be pretty tired, I imagine, by the end of this weekend with your combined Prototype Cup campaign and Formula Cup. So how are you keeping the energy up?
Yeah, it's difficult because where you change, you need to. I need to change the suit. I need to change all, and it's different car, different feeling, different championship, and no, I'm feeling it's not that difficult for me. I'm happy because it's not difficult to change the car.
You're young enough, it's fine. Obviously, a wonderful return for Winfield Racing as well. Of course, they're based just down the road.
Yeah, I think it's a good result for Winfield, of course, and for the championship, I think it's good. I'm really happy, and thanks to the team, thanks to the mechanic, and thanks to my parents, thanks to all. Thank you.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out in race 2. Good luck for that one. Okay, well, that wraps up all the action from race number 1 in the Ultimate Formula Cup. But they are back out later on today.
So that's how it ends then. Adrien Closmanil takes the win here in the first race of the Ultimate Formula Cup. Enzo Richer is going to have to wait until the second race to see if he can win the championship. Lando Lopez, once again, Lopez Nano, showing how impressive he is in third place. Dylan Estra in fourth. And then here's your just final lot. Walter Rijkaard in ninth. Didier Pierd in 10th. Well, just Alexander Lima in 11th. Artur Agator 12th. And then just rounding up the top 16 is Sergei Copacini. So we will be back out racing this afternoon. Do make sure you join us. We have got lots of racing still to come in the Ultimate Formula Cup over our whole, of course, busy weekend. We've got the prototype this afternoon as well. So do make sure you join us then. But for now, it's goodbye.